Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am Shirley. I took the bar exam last year and have documented my journey from being a pre-law student, law student. As you could see, the topic of this video is about the bar exam. So if you're studying for it right now, I really pray for you. I legitimately cannot believe that it's been a year since I took the bar exam. And honestly, I don't mean to scare any future law students, but the bar exam continues to be probably the biggest challenge that I've ever had to overcome, at least academically, or top three, like in my personal life, to be honest. You could literally talk to anyone, and the bar exam is a bar exam for a reason. It is really tough. It is many weeks of studying. 8 to 10 weeks is commonly recommended, 8 to 10 weeks, and a bunch of hours. This is the amount of hours that I study for the bar exam. I passed, thankfully. Woo! And I'll tell y'all what I wish I would have known, or maybe just some advice that could help. And now that I am a year out of the bar exam, I could actually reflect on what worked. Okay, number one, I should not compare yourself to anyone, especially if you're seeing online in someone's stories that they completed X amount of their course, they're 30% done with the course, or they're doing well in the multiple choice. None of that matters. None of that matters. How people are progressing, how people are doing well in the practice questions does not matter. What matters at the end of the day is the totality of work that you put into the bar exam for those 2 days. And honestly, those type of people who post their stories kind of like bragging about how far along they are in their bar exam studies or how well they're doing in their multiple choice questions, I kid you not, this is a perfect example of those type of people. So there was this woman who I followed, and she kept doing that in her stories. I had to meet her. And it was just like very intentional on how she was kind of bragging. Like, I mean, at times I felt like she was breezing through the bar exam course. And I was like, wow, she's really doing well. And I almost caught myself comparing myself to her. And guess what? She failed the bar exam. But the thing is, actually, the funny thing is that when she said that she failed, she actually explained that she just wasn't there. Like, she was taking these exams, but she wasn't comprehending the material. So it really just goes to show that you just can't compare yourself. Like, if there are people online who are bragging, who are just whatever, who seem like they got it all together, that they are going to pass the bar exam, just mute them, especially if they're making you feel like, what am I doing, right? The bar exam, honestly, is just like, you have to make it your own experience. You can't compare yourself to anyone. And with not comparing yourself, you kind of just have to do what works best for you. You really do. So that's number two. You have to do what works best for you. For me, I did two things unconventionally for my bar exam, experience. One is the recommended period of time to study for the exam is 8 to 10 weeks. I started studying 9 weeks out, maybe like 8 weeks and 5 days out, something like that. So I started relatively late comparing to a lot of people who were studying already. I mean, some people even started studying like 10 weeks, 11 weeks. And it's so easy, once again, to compare yourself and to be like, wow, I am so behind. Am I going to pass? These people have weeks. It does not matter. It does not matter because guess what? I know at least two people who started earlier and they failed and I passed. So once again, you have to do what works best for you and not compare yourself to people. Two, the second unconventional way that I study for the bar exam is not studying crazy amount of hours. I did what was best for me physically and mentally to not burn out, and I just knew that my cap for most days were 6 to 7 hours of studying every day, sometimes even 5. I'm not gonna lie. I never studied more than 10 hours a day. I never did. Number three, the bar exam company I think that you choose is honestly your own personal decision. I feel like a lot of people push Barbary and Themis. And by the way, I did have a paid partnership with Themis. If I didn't have the partnership, I would have chose Themis anyways. I did like their program online, and also it was much more affordable than Barbary. And Barbary, I feel like, is more popular, or people tend to gravitate towards Barbie because it's quote unquote the best or the longest standing bar exam company. So it's always been like a war between Barbary and Themis, and whether people choose which company or not. I think for me, like, I've seen people take Barbary and fail. I've seen people take Themis and fail. It is not to say that you take one of these programs and you're gonna pass. You have to make the program work for you. I have two really good friends who took Kaplan and they passed. And I know other folks who took Kaplan as well and passed. So I do really think, like, the program itself doesn't matter as much. It's how you use the program that matters. I do think the bar exam is about prioritizing. I do think it's about working smarter than harder. And for me, I kind of went against the advice that some advisors tell you, which is not to solely focus on commonly tested subjects and topics. And though there are that data out there, like Statistica, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, has like what's commonly tested, like torts, for example, is commonly tested, negligence in torts is commonly tested. And for me, I felt like I had to be very strategic because I just didn't feel like I had enough time. I don't think you ever have enough time to study for the bar exam, honestly. Like, there's just no way you can memorize and understand everything completely. So for me, I decided, okay, I'm gonna be smart about this. And I did start from the commonly tested topics all the way to the least commonly tested topics. And also, I heavily focus on MBE because MBE, the multiple choice, is half the exam. And I do feel like there is that common advice to, no, you should pay your attention to the exam as a whole. You should, and this is not to say I neglected like other areas of the law. I had maybe, like, I glimpsed through it. For example, family law, I glimpsed through it. I understood at least some of the big topics, but it wasn't like I was here studying and going hard on like the least commonly tested topics. And I feel like that really helped me. These are the four-ish ways on how I made my bar exam experience my own. And honestly, through these four ways, I do feel that I passed the bar exam on the first try because I really, really, really did stick to what worked best for me. I focused on myself, and I just made the best out of this really horrible situation of studying for the bar exam. And I'm gonna leave this video as just a reminder that this is hard. This is hard. I don't think anyone will tell you it's not hard. I think it is a really horrible experience to go through. It is challenging. It is stressful. It is anxiety provoking. If you are struggling, please, and maybe this is something I wish I would have done, honestly, is go to therapy. Like, try to talk to someone. I heavily relied on my family and my boyfriend. I tried to also exercise. I tried to take enough breaks, and that's what really helped. But no one's gonna know how this feels like you, and maybe other people that are studying with you. But give yourself so much grace and remind yourself that you're gonna take it and you're gonna pass, and that's it. Just keep reminding yourself that. And I wish you all the best if you're studying for the bar exam right now. I really, really do. Don't let this exam control your life. It is also, in the grand scheme of things, it is only a few weeks, and it's not like you're doing anything life threatening or anything, like jumping off a window or being a gymnastics athlete, right? Like, we are just taking an exam and we will be fine after. So wish you luck and subscribe, comment. Bye. Love you guys.